All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich CELENZA. Thanks for checking out the Rich CELENZA show. Now, a lot of times I kind of go off the beaten trail, and a lot of people think I'm crazy for doing it regarding certain subject matters. Like sometimes I'll just start throwing being a parent on my podcast, even though most of my podcasts truthfully are about health, wellness, relationship advice, image, things in that nature. But today I kind of want to do a different one. Not sure if it's going to see the light of day. Sometimes I do these and then I go back and listen to them. I'm like, I don't know how I like that or whatever. But I do want to touch upon something that I think a lot of people underestimate having a profound effect on their mind, body, is always in a rush. I used to goof around and I used to have these friends and family members and stuff. I used to say they're always in a rush, we're nowhere to go. Oh, wait, they're always in a rush, but nowhere to go? Is that how I don't know, something like that. And I'm here to tell you, I don't think a lot of people really understand that if they're always late for something or always rushing, how it affects their mindset and their body and the stress that brings. Not only does it bring stress to them, but maybe your fellow colleagues, family members, and friends, you always being late or always having to rush is stressing them out as well. I think a lot of people underestimate that somebody who's always rushing or stressing or who's always late, it ruins a lot of relationships. I'm going to tell you right now where people don't want to deal with that. And I never understood this. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect by any means or I'm not late once in a while, but I really make it a point to not only be on time, but not do it in a stressful manner. Because a lot of times when we are doing things with others too, we're kind of putting them again in that situation. So if you're going to pick somebody up or they're picking you up for work or you got to meet somewhere or do something for a meeting. And again, it could be husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriends, or, all these different types of things. It is stressful when you're dealing with somebody who's always late. And it affects a lot of people. I also think people underestimate, especially if you're a parent, and I see this a lot with parents, and I'm not just saying this, is they're always kind of rushing, and because they're always late. And then they rush their kids, and they're stressing out everyone. And I get once in a while that's going to happen. I'm not going to say that's not going to happen. But a lot of times, a lot of things don't have to be that way. And I'll just tell you, me even being a parent, I used to get everything ready the night before. Does that make me perfect? No. But I would make sure all my kids' clothes are ironed. They have everything ready. I even had their breakfast plates ready and all that stuff. So when I got up, it was smooth sailing. Because I realized when I was doing everything in the morning, especially early in the morning, I was a little aggravated. And then my kids, I'm scaring them a little bit. I'm not even aggravating them. I'm scared because I'm maybe going, let's go, let's move it. Why don't you do this? Why aren't you done with, why aren't you doing, where I just said, you know what, we're just going to kind of coast into the morning. And we're going to make sure we get to school on a positive kind of note. And I try to do that with anyone I'm with. The only thing I will say with me is I'm very slow. I goof around and call myself the sloth. So maybe I give myself too much time and I'm a slow driver, which aggravates a lot of people, where I used to be like a speedster and I used to have so many tickets when I was younger. I also had very fast cars. So I kind of went from somebody when I was younger who's always, I'm not saying rushing, but I always wanted, always on the go, fast, speed, doing shit, whatever. And now I'm kind of on the other end of the spectrum. But, there's a happy medium there. But I'm just telling you, I wanted to do a podcast on this because I don't think people truly realize. A lot of times too, I will say this, I have had family members and even friends, you invite them to parties or even dinner. They show up an hour late. You know what I mean? Hour and a half late. Or how's this? They don't even show at all. Then you'll hear from them and go, man, I got caught up in this and that. And you're like, what the hell? Then they're like, well, I was rushing and I got caught in traffic. I said, forget it. I'm not even going to do it now. I'm like, what are you? There's a lot of that shit going around. That's not very respectful. I'm telling you right now. And I think people have to really take an honest approach with the way they're leading their lifestyle. And like I said, and the effect it's having on other people. Now, if you don't give a shit about anybody else, I understand that. But a lot of times people may be depending on you to be on time. And they also depend on you when you get there. You're not a nervous wreck. Because I do think a lot of people that I know that rush, that are always late, when they get there, they're usually it's very hectic, I guess you could say, especially if you're showing 15. If you show 15 minutes late, whatever, I don't like it, but when you start showing a half an hour, 45 minutes late, and say there was a meeting and you missed it, or it's a call, or it's a Zoom, or whatever the heck it is, listen, I'm just telling you right now, people are going to lose respect for you. I'm just telling you right now. And if you are raising your kids like this, and I say this a lot of times, that's bullshit. I'm telling you, raise your kids in an environment where it's smooth and it's nice, and then you get to wherever you got to be at the right time, not where your kids are always getting to school late, or your kids are getting to their sporting event late, or they're going to meet their friends, or you're doing a sleepover, whatever they're doing, or there's a birthday party or whatever, and you're getting there late. You're kind of, again, putting them in a bad position because of your lack of time management, which is ridiculous because a lot of us can prevent a lot of this. I'm telling you, you can prevent this. You're just usually too lazy. You either want to sleep in too late, or you just don't care enough about what you're doing or whatever that you're going to do. So I just want to do kind of a podcast on this because this I do definitely think relates to image. And I talk a lot about different things regarding people's image and how people are going to perceive them. And especially if you want respect and you want people to, work with you, especially in certain types of environments. If you're in sales or you're an entrepreneur and all these different types of, or whatever you're doing, if you're somebody who's always stressing, who's always late, who, like I said, doesn't show, and it could be relationships as well. If you're having a problem a lot of times sticking with somebody, or someone sticking with you, I should say, and you're somebody who's always, maybe going on dates, you show up again too late. When you get there, you're frantic, or you ghost people, or you just don't have, respect for other people's time. You're going to have problems throughout your life. I'm going to tell you right now. You may not realize it, but I'm telling you, behind your back, I can assure you there's a lot of people talking about your lack of respect when it comes to time management. So I'm just giving you a heads up as well. That's really all I got for you today. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to hit me up. I'm Rich at richcelenza.com. My Mastering Self-Confidence program, which helps men with their confidence, is masteringselfconfidence.com. And if you have any other questions, men or women, regarding anything with image, I'm here for you. At least I can give you my perspective. All right? Take care.